Um, I was recently on TikTok and I saw this video of a lady. She was complaining about how there are no like safety nets and no social services anymore, and all that stuff is going away. And I'm like, you know why that is? You know exactly why that is. That's because of racism. Because back when these things were being integrated, white people went out of their way to make sure these services weren't provided to black people. And now, in this age where no services are necessary because price increases and this corporation you set up is robbing you blind, you don't have access to those things, and your president just took away more of those things. So now that everyone's starting to see that this is all about preserving the corporation that England runs, because we all know that whole Revolutionary War crap was garbage, and we are just another colony of England, a massive corporation being ran by them. They're starting to see the outcome. See, back when they were first putting in things like Social Security and things like that, white people voted wouldn't let voted against it up until they put in a provision that prevented servants, right? Like house servants and field laborers from getting it. And at that time, that's all we were. You get what I'm saying? So that's funny to me how now you could catch them bitching about how hard and everything is. Bro, y'all welcome to being black, bro. Everyone falling through the cracks and no one caring about you, and just, welcome. See, but as you go into that, we're coming out of that. And you can see. And this is divine justice. That's all it is. People can't lie about this stuff anymore. It's divine justice. See what I mean? Like, after y'all practice a reproach against us for centuries, and y'all also invited everyone to come to our land and take a part, and y'all said y'all have the least of it. So now that you see all this stuff, they're like racism and all this, and welcome, bro. Don't be mad because people don't like you because you're white. Y'all just spent fucking more than 400 years invading people's land and taking things over and doing all this stuff, and now it's coming back on you, and now you don't like it. Well, you should have thought about that. Your ancestors should have thought about that, bro. Someone got to pay for these things. People go, why do I get judged for what my ancestors did? I didn't do none of that, and this and that. And I'm like, bro, first of all, you are benefiting from that to this day. If you're not, everyone take your stuff and leave. Take whatever you think is yours and leave, and we'll allow that. Whatever you think is yours and leave this land, and then you won't be benefiting from it, bitch. Because y'all don't get to just, oh yeah, we just said all this stuff, and everyone in power looks like us. All the Native Americans look like us, which is white people, and then everything is cool after that. See, but this is the problem with America, bro. America has a deep, deep, deep ingrained problem that it never wanted to deal with, and now it's all coming to the surface. And can I just say, Donald Trump is not about to save nobody from this. I'm tired of people saying Trump is for black people. Trump is for the corporation of the United States. Can't you hear? Make America great again. Bro, when was America great for black people? Never. It was only great for them because they came and stole everything and burned everything down and had all their world's fairs and dynamited entire blocks and cities and put them under lakes. And that's what he's talking about. That's their greatness. Their greatness is at our expense. So everyone that wants to make this bitch great again, the only way it's ever going to be great is if you give it back to the people it was from. Because your greatness is like murder and genocide. That's America's greatness and revisionist history, right? Why do you think there's so many places under lakes? So many cities under lakes. All this stuff being discovered now. Oh yeah, 1920, Norris Dam, we just found the whole Egyptian city and temple and all this stuff, and we just put it under a lake. Look it up, Tennessee Valley Authority, Ethnology Bulletin 118. I actually featured in one of my videos. The whole bulletin, I went over it, and they just put a lake over it. That's not the only place with a lake over it. See, but what I mean, people are so caught up in that. What is it? They think that they don't have to pay for the past actions, and I'm like, bro, who do we hold responsible for this? Like, when all this comes to an end, who do you think should be held responsible? Us or you? Think about it. And if you think that's racist, well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I think it's fair. I think it's fitting. I think it's proper to do this at this point in time. Y'all had y'all run. And the whole time, we was bitching about all this shit that you're now bitching about. And no one listened to us. And now you're getting it. And now you're going to see. Right? So, what do you think is going to happen when Trump kicks out all these laborers and all these so-called illegal immigrants. You know, like, you're not illegal immigrant, because everyone here except for us is illegal immigrants. All right? Because if Columbus said we was here first, and he wrote in his journals he found Ethiopian-like people in the Americas, and a fuck ton of them, and then he proceeded to genocide in the Spanish, and then there was waves of this, the Spanish, the British, the French, then we are the only ones who belong here. So when y'all don't really see what's going on here. You see? They're turning against each other, okay? The Spanish invited the English and the British and the French, and they invited the Chinese, and they invited all these other people. And there was a group of Chinese and Asian type people here before they showed up, right? There was a group. That's who they claim is now the other Native Americans. Who they claim are the only Native Americans. These Mongoloid Asian type people, Siberian type people, right? They was here, but we was multiple, way of a more multitude of people than them. And we still are, to this day. Till this day. Just like when you look up Indian maps, look up, 1800s maps of Indian territory or Indian concentration, you'll see the South. The South. When you go down there today, who's the second largest racial group in America? Us. It's always us. But they gotta lie about things, and now it's coming to the point where all them lies is falling apart. All that space garbage is falling apart. I watched Donald Trump's address to the nation. It was all propaganda, and I can literally say that. Some people just talk shit about Trump and don't know why, and you can't really back it up, but I can literally say that. The first thing he did was he stoked up American pride, right? He talked about how they accomplished breaking gravity and getting to the other celestial bodies and all that other. Bro, that's all a lie. All that, bro, the world's flat and there's a dome over this bitch. That's all a lie. All that shit is a lie, right? Then he talked about how, like, the strength and pride and patriotism and honor and glory and devotion and piety of the people who built this nation. What the fuck are you talking about, my guy? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're talking about them people who did all that stuff? Oh, you're talking about the colonizers. You're talking about the murderers. You're talking about the child molesters. You're talking about the rapists who built this nation. That's what you're talking about. And he just glorified all them people, all that. And I'm like, bro, this is why he's having his God and Pharaoh moment. All right? Just like we just seen what happened in South Carolina again, in the spot where they, where some of the worst racial oppression happened to our people. We just seen those fires happen, right? And what does Pharaoh do? He gets up on TV and doubles down on all that. Even though God just showed him, like, I'm going to destroy. Hurricane Helene just hit that spot. Hit that area. And they haven't recovered from that. So what happened? More happens. And he just had his heart was hardened. And he went out there and he was pure pride again. See, I don't shit on Trump for economic policies because I don't think economically America should do bad necessarily, because that involves all of us too. But if y'all don't want to fix the problems you inherently have and restore the pledge y'all made to the indigenous people, all them things y'all violated, then may the heavens fall and may God's will be done, because that is what's going to happen at the end of days. It doesn't matter what you think or what you say or what, because they got a bunch of stuff for you to look at and be distracted by. A bunch of stuff, a countless amount of stuff. But none of that matters. Because the only thing that matters is when you figure out this land is the land of the Bible, then you know the future of this land. And you could see the tea leaves. Everything that's happening right now is prophesied. And it's only prophesied to happen at this point in time because this is the time where it's fitting, because we've reached the time of the end of the Gentiles. Their rulership is fastly coming to an end. You can see the whole world's spiraling out of control. They can't even keep planes in the sky, and that's not a mystical, godly thing. These motherfuckers are, the society has bottomed out. They're not even repairing the planes. That's why all these airline companies have all these lawsuits against them, and they're falling out the fucking sky. They don't give a fuck. They haven't updated their software. All that money, they just been making money. They haven't been putting any back into the business. They've been duct taping motherfucking planes up. Someone's reviewing my message, or it's being held for review. And the society's bottoming out. They hit their end, bro. They're not even updating their software, bro. They're still trying to convince you the world is flat. It is round. Bro, they're still trying to say we're going to space. People still believe in that. Remember Artemis? Who remembers Artemis? Who remembers Mars One? They were supposed to have been in Mars. They keep pushing this stuff back because if they make a video, we're gonna be on it. We're gonna analyze every part of it. We're gonna know what they're faking. We technology has caught up with their cinema. The public's technology and knowledge has caught up with their cinema. So they're always like, oh, it's too dangerous. Right now they're talking about there's astronauts stuck in fucking space. There ain't no fucking astronaut stuck in space. It's a lie, guy. A big lie. Big lie. Then they're gonna be like, that's why we can't go back to the moon because it's too dangerous. We got motherfuckers stuck in space. Big lie, guys. Everything. And why are you paying so many taxes? And Donald Trump is a part of that, bro. Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all them niggas is a part of that. They're not allowed to leave this planet. They would rather spend money, and this is a problem, even if that shit was real. They would rather spend money on exploring other planets than fucking fixing the problems they have here. But that's the problem, bro. You are a slave. You're all slaves. All you Americans are slaves. You don't understand that? You're not free. You've never been free. You're in a corporation. You are property of the corporation. Your birth certificate is property of the corporation. You are a slave. And the people that would free you, you have made the worst of the slaves. That would free you and destroy all this because it's ungodly, you have downtrodden. And now you can't get compassion and sympathy from us. So you're on the internet complaining that, oh, black people are saying this and black people are saying that. Bro, y'all have been saying what y'all have been saying for centuries and no one could come against you. You would kill and murder and lynch and burn and hang and destroy and drop bombs on them. Okay? Now you don't have that kind of fury no more. Now you get the justice. You see what I'm saying? That's like a really old bully who gets old and feeble. He's just been punching people and doing whatever he wants his whole life to anybody. Now you're old and feeble. Nobody wants to help you. And nobody feels compassion for you. And when people pass you, they kick you in the leg. And when you fall over, no one helps you up. That's what's going on here. That's the perfect analogy. No one's going to help you up. You can't be full of not compassion your whole life and then be like, oh yeah, well, I just want some help. Can't you see I'm an old man? That's why I be telling my friends too, because they see how I am to like old white people, because I'm leery of old white people, because bro, who do you think was in them lynching photos in the 1920s and shit like that? Who do you think? That's them, nigga. These old ass people, bro. They all decrepit now. But that was them, bro. All them young people in them lynching photos and hangings and burnings. Get the fuck out of here. Then they be like, you don't respect your elders? Bitch, no, y'all, the whole old generation of y'all are some fucked up people, and you're not even my elders. You are the killers of my elders. That's why we don't have nobody to teach and learn. Because when someone says something you didn't like, you used all the power you had to suppress them. Always. That's what's written in the scriptures. Yeah, bro, they haven't been maintaining nothing in society. You think a corporation would take some of its profits and putting it into making stuff better? They haven't been maintaining the planes. They haven't been maintaining the trains. They haven't been maintaining anything. Why? Because it was all just for profit. Everything here was just for a few people in the world to profit, and it wasn't to last long. They didn't build things to last. It's like all Chinese goods built is shitty. They don't last. And I'm not all Chinese stuff is bad. Some Chinese stuff is great quality. Some stuff you only want to buy from China because they make that particularly well. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is the vast majority of the shit we buy from China falls apart. Why is that? Because it's not built to last. It's built for profit and mass production. So were these planes. The whole plane industry came after the Hindenburg disaster, which was a setup disaster to decredit this alternative form of flight, which used to be everywhere in every city. When y'all see those pendulums and those spirals in your town, these spiral pillars with the staircases in them, these blimps used to attach to these spiral pillars with staircases, and they would take people around, international, local, and all the towns used to have them, and some of them still do have them. Trenton does. We have a few of them actually. And you would think it's just a lookout. It's not a lookout, bro. They would board these air blimps from there, and they would go around the country, and it was free. We had a lot of free stuff here, and that was the problem, because everyone could be up really mobile, and no one's fucked when shit is free. Like, you're not just fucked. And they did that because it wasn't about everyone making what they can make for themselves. It was about having a society where everyone could prosper. They destroyed that. When they came in, they brought in big oil. They got rid of all the free energy. They suppressed Tesla's discovery or rediscovery of our technology. They say Tesla went to Egypt and discovered the secrets of the Egyptians. Tesla never went to Egypt over there. Egypt was here. He knew that. He studied the architecture that still exists in American buildings today, and he understood that it was atmospheric energy collection. And they could pull energy right out the atmosphere for free. When JP Morgan and these big banks got in, Standard Oil, they suppressed all that. And now, if you want to get around, you got to buy a gas vehicle, which is bad for the environment, or a Tesla vehicle, which is 3 times worse for the environment. They just don't tell you. Teslas aren't environmentally friendly. The process that goes into getting Tesla batteries is bad for the earth. And then if you're plugging up to a wall socket that is plugged up to the power grid, what you are actually doing is burning fossil fuel, because this is burning fossil fuels to get it. It's the same deal. The only way a Tesla could be efficient if they put fucking alternators in them, and they will not do that because these people are capitalists. And if they put an alternator in it, then they can't make profits from the oil companies and stuff like that. What they're doing is making petrol such a commodity that it's going to be unaffordable for you. And then they're going to have you into these little cars that can only go a certain distance. This is all the stuff they dream. This is never going to happen because their time is up. But they dream of all these things. They dream of all this Agenda 21 and Agenda 2040 and Agenda 25. They're dreaming of all that. Bitch, stop them fires. Stop them hurricanes. Stop them earthquakes. That's what you got to stop. Y'all want to keep going? Stop all that. Show me y'all got real power. People be like, oh, they're controlling the weather. This is the government. Prove it, bitch. Prove it. We're telling y'all what's going on. The government ain't going to destroy itself and cost itself billions of dollars. Look up how much money the government has paid out for all these natural disasters from 2021 to now. And you'll see, this was actually helping to bankrupt this economy. It's already bankrupt. But like, come on, no one can afford that. That's why the insurance companies are moving to stop it paying, and all the FEMA's don't got money. They already stole all of it. It was all made to steal stuff. It was all a scam. Only dumbass Trump supporters and America First people still believe that there's something saving here. It was never made to be saved. Trump knows that. He got y'all believing lies. It was never. He can't save it, bro. It was always made to be an exploitation rink. It's a giant exploitation rink. When they ended slavery, they didn't end slavery, bitch. They just integrated y'all into it because y'all are dumb enough to go along with treating people bad for so long that they said, hey, now it's your turn. That's what happens next. This is natural progression of tyranny. So they can get it through, they target the least cared about group of society. And then they slowly start branching it out. And none of y'all noticed. Y'all kept doing that because it benefited y'all. Now y'all getting thrown into the pot too. All the bells were destroyed because that's another free energy technology with resonance. It's another free energy technology that works on resonance. It's cymatics. It's all been known. This technology, it's Atlantean technology. You are in Atlantis, okay? And this technology was also seen other places, okay? Because, like I said, civilization started here and branched out to the rest of the world. Where do you think the Moors came from that settled Europe? They came from here. The ancient Moabite tribes, they came from here. They went to Europe. They became kings. Some Israelites came from here, became kings and queens in different places, bro. They brought architecture. They brought knowledge. That's why you're always hearing about black people showing up and bringing, when you really look at the histories of these places, bringing architecture knowledge and all this different stuff, because they were coming from here. And they always said these were the antediluvians or the Atlanteans. That's us. That's us, man. That's why these bells have been destroyed, because it's resonance technology. When you hit what is it called? There's a name for it. Everything has a certain frequency, and when you hit that frequency resonance point, there's a period where there's infinite energy created, and something can be a bell can be made to ring and produce energy and not sound. Everything is vibrational frequency. Even everything you see, everything in the universe. This is known. They've been known this. This is also what they call. This is also this string theory. This quantum entanglement, as they call it in the scientific field, is also what they call magic. Okay, and they knew that. That's why when they were like, oh, there was a lady during the whole C-19 thing who said voodoo, and she's a doctor. She's a real doctor. She used voodoo to treat somebody. Came out with it. They jumped down her throat. The whole medical industry jumped down her throat. But it's true. She did.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? You scared the shit out of me.
I remember his name.
She did use voodoo to cure someone's disease, and they made fun of her, and they clowned her on the whole thing. But they don't want you to know that shit works, that voodoo could be used for good or evil. Just like if you could use it to make somebody sick, can't you use it to treat somebody of sickness? She's a doctor who said that. And what did they say to her? They clowned her, and she people can show, bro, people go to Mexico all the time. They go to Mexico to see the witch doctors in Chiapas and different places, bro. They go to South America to see that kind of stuff, and they get treated for the diseases and come back. Like the guy sprinkled some smoke on me. He said an incantation, and I was cured. And they'd be like, that's voodoo. In the past, anyone who knew how to do those kind of things, they would kill him. They'd be like, oh, he's healing by the power of Satan, just like they did to Yahushua, right? When they said, oh, he must be Beelzebub because he cast out a demon, right? Right? And that's exactly how this works. Now this is all, it's all coming full circle. It's all coming out. And when y'all were going through y'all crusades and y'all various different periods of killing healers and hunting witches and all y'all who go against voodoo and magic and all that shit, and y'all don't understand that this is just a science. This is a mystical science, and it can be used either way. And because y'all don't want to use it one way, it's used against you the other way. That's how this works. You see, when they put these little things called Lucifer rays, I can only say that, in these injectable things that they give you for medicine in the modern age. And let me say this, I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. That's like a disclaimer for YouTube. You don't think this is some witchcraft? You don't think that's some witchcraft? Bro, when you start looking up the of the words and the chemicals they put in, and it starts leading back to Greek goddesses and stuff like that, you're like, wait a second, like what the fuck are they putting inside your body, bro? And then you're like, yeah, it's witchcraft, it's a voodoo. And that's why a lot of y'all don't understand what's going on now, because y'all done got 30 vaccines and 20 booster shots and 16, and y'all brain is fried. I'm not a medical doctor, and this is not medical advice. And then a lot of that is about blinding your spiritual eyes, bro, because this shit works on a, like I said, it's working on a metaphysical level, bro. It's working with aura fields and energies in ways that I don't even fully understand, because, I just started initiating myself into these understandings, and I've been on this road since 2020. When that first eclipse came over the country, I'm telling y'all, a profound shift happened. No, that was the second. Since 2017, sorry. When the first eclipse came over the country. It's a profound awakening, and then you start looking into investigating these things, and you're like, wait a second, there's something to this whole resonance thing, there's something to this whole feel sick and be sick thing, there's something to this whole energy of the body thing. And we started realizing that, and you're like, that's why I teach you everything is not scientifically verified. Like some white man with a PhD has to verify anything for me to believe it. And that's the problem with the world. They look how we understand things, bro. We could never access these things because, one, there's something called wave pattern collapse. And observing a particle can cause the waveform to collapse and change the physical state of that particle. This has been observed in labs, like the phantom DNA experiment. This has been observed, and that proves that being conscious of things can literally affect the world around you. And that's what we're doing on a collective scale. And that's why you just see things getting worse. for them, because we you know, we want actual change. We want free energy. We don't want everything to be put behind a paywall. And it's sad to drive down the street and see people sleeping on the streets no matter what race they are. That is sad, bro. Don't you think people deserve houses and stuff like that? We could have a better society. The problem is a lot of prejudice from the past has kept us away, and now y'all got this new guy, Trump, who y'all think is going to save y'all from the world, and y'all are already regretting him being elected as president, because the social net, which was keeping a lot of people afloat, he is cutting back to save the corporation, which is in debt. It can't pay its debts. So you thought he was going to cut your taxes. They are really for rich people. He's trying to acquire Canada and acquire, bro, it's over for your country, bro. You're not bringing America back. It's not going to be great again. It was only great when y'all were taking advantage of women, black women mainly, and black people. And, you know, say that's not true. Say, people be like, that's not true. Prove it, bro. Someone get in my comments and prove it. Prove it. Because if we're the second largest racial group in America, then we got to be the Native Americans. And who else you took advantage of? You were never great without us. Never. And y'all are mad because people are getting to y'all now. Somebody was like, what are you, a Muslim? No, but I can sympathize with a lot of those Muslims, because I understand now, like, that whole 9/11 radical terrorism bullshit is just bullshit. That's not even where Islam originated. They wanted to demonize Islam, and the government did that themselves. And everyone knows that now. The government did that themselves. And then Farrakhan and all of them were demonized. You know, I think it was Gaddafi was going to pay Farrakhan a bunch of money to go to like black communities and rebuilding the black community in America. And they said, if you accept that money, we're going to label the Nation of Islam a terrorist group. And that's how they won't even help you help yourself. They don't want to even help people help you, because they're afraid of us and the eventuality of our truth and revelation breaking down the restraints of their system. And it is just information. That's why we're so dangerous. That's why they always got to COINTELPRO assassinate you, get you out the way. You know, because it's dangerous. It's dangerous for them. It breaks down the foundations of everything they're based on. And then once you start doing that, it just resonates, and then it reflects, and then you got a big problem on their hands. And that's what's been happening. It's just, they kick the can down the road. It's like every time they kick that can, it's getting bigger and heavier, and they just keep kicking it, and now they hit a wall, and they ain't no more kicking that can, and it's rolling back down at them. And it's gonna flatten them. It's gonna flatten their whole society. And like I said, there's gonna be various different things going down. The natural disasters, y'all can expect that. We haven't even hit the real New Year. The New Year is coming up, according to the Hebrews, who got knowledge of creation and the God who set the weeks and times and dates. So wait till we hit this Hebrew New Year and see what happens. It's the end of America, and it doesn't matter who you elect. You see, what they gotta do right now is, because all of the stuff that this country has done is coming to light, and they gotta get y'all hyped up with patriotism and make it great again and all that good stuff, so we could pay taxes to the government still. And that's all this is about. America's a corporation, and we are all slaves to that corporation. They got to get you hyped up on patriotism, make it great again, all this stuff, so they can revamp America. Because, you know, the glitz and glamour has faded away. And now, you know, you thought it was a beautiful woman, and you can see that this is an ugly whore. And they're mad that it's being exposed, so they gotta tell you, let's make it great, let's do whatever we can to make this shit great again. And it's not happening. I tell you what you gotta do if you want to make it great again: return it to the people it belongs to, and then you live under their yoke, which is light, compared to the yoke y'all have for people. All right, family, peace.